thou dost not speak to one wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at thine hand. 9. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
The world is in the coma, deep in spiritual sleep. Jacob's trouble winks at all of his curious sheep. We being led to a slaughter, see our blood in the streets. Hear mothers crying out and drying tears in the sheets. It's not a complicated concept. Together we rise. In ages of destination, infiltrating divide. Time's getting shorter. New world order is down. Let's be prepared to hit the wilderness with boots in the ground. They ain't checking for your doctrine, you can't. Or who you wish. Trash the itch where they implanted your chip. I peep the secrets now revealed through prophetic in nature. Wish I could tell you all is well. Instead of warning the danger. Heed the message from the prophet. So knock it, it's not a joke. It's a game if it's somebody you know. Just got small. Hey, here's your warning today. Martial law and Armageddon, and it's headed our way.
As I think about the coming of Yasha, I get excited. And the glory of the kingdom to come, it keeps me right. I'm a prophet in this day and age. One of my people in the world is corrupt and imbalanced. No way we equal. Now here's the sequel to the days of Noah. The world is so cold, but it's about to get colder. So may ask how you know until the author is written. Read the book of Isaiah on what's to come and get with it. Give it what? Man, it's true because we headed to judgment. In your mind, you're gonna say, God said it was coming. I'd rather be safe than sorry. These laws and commandments, it ain't tedious for me. So back so you can say that. Keep spinning your wheel for the fortune path thing, Jack. My rules don't play that. We law keepers, we know when the end game. Pick one. Is it eternal life or eternal flame?
Precept on precept, verse after verse. We here to warn Israel. Why they being cursed? Deuteronomy verse. Breaking down one time. No King search. It's for a wonder and a sign. What they waiting on? Yeshua's coming back. And he ain't gonna play. But first the sky gon' crack. When you attack them with the prophecies. Bring a watch constantly. The kingdom for a few, man. That's a small quantity. The harvest is plenty. But the laborers are few. Don't get caught with your pants down. When Yeshua slide through. Get your mind right. Use a real Hebrew. Come and get that all white with fringe with water blue. Romans 12 and 2. Understand is what we forget about. Renewing our minds. Everything we learn, we zap it out. We straight up out the hood, brewed up, no doubt. All praise to the Most High. We bang the word out.
We bang the word out, keeping it cracking, making it happen. We get active, strike them like matches. What are they yapping? What are you talking about? Now don't explain, just pull scripture. You ain't got that, then holler back soon as you get them. Cause that's all we going off of. No hard feelings or lost love. That doctrine is to and fro, and I ain't getting tossed up. Solid as a brick, yes. Truth gon' stick best. Rubbing these spots some emissions out. Windex, the only way to get rid of dirt is just to get wet. So hop off in this water and follow in his footsteps. You on the wrong path right now. You need a bath right now. Don't even add up. You doing bad math right now. In the position of suffer from his wrath right now. My I just told you the sky gon' crack a cloud. We all will be judged. This warning came before destruction. It was love. It was love.
Warning come before destruction. He's coming to bring judgment. Walk to the land that laid hands on our substance. Trust in our higher. We suffering cause we love him. Fighting in the flesh is a test. If you giving up friends, what then? Shall we sin so the words can abound? Where saints lost, turn away, can't be found. I don't see how you can read Romans 6:15 without a full understanding of what this means. When Yeshua said he came to fulfill, made a itemized list, then he paid for the bill. Pray for his enemies, show us how to be real. Put in work for the kingdom, show us how we should build. The Holy Spirit and the truth, ain't about what you feel. Salvation in the song, when the chosen is sealed. Baptized by the fire and the water revealed. It's game over when you go against the Most High.
All praises to a higher, the glory is shining in us. Too busy building the kingdom to worry about all the fuss. No time for the division. The Most High gave us permission. Yes, Allah on a mission. Give spiritual circumcision. Make a decision. Stop worrying about what you see on television. Computer vision got these blues with the 2020 vision. In addition to submission to the laws of the higher is the tradition that keeps us in this condition. We are the children of God, on house of Israel. No time for the game, stand up, then let's build. The work of our hands are blessed, and my people are so skilled. And they the ones that will arise when the prophecy fulfilled. So you can keep all of your lines and waking up the projects, taking all the rejects, giving them some respect. Spirit of a walk got us out here like Malcolm
life don't last forever, that's far-fetched. Me, I can't take no chances, why transgress? If I read it, I believe it. If I see it, I receive it. Obedience, living lawless is not expedient. Even when I was just a kid, I had the spirit then. Now I'm running hard like I'm filled with adrenaline. Patient on this narrow path, won't too many make it in. Heaven is my only goal, must endure until the end. Now what you gonna do when all the money's gone? You can't move, wait and be a star, Jones. When your farm whip look more like a lawnmower, cause the titles don't mean nothing to the law, boy. And Versace, Gucci, and Prada, them just idle side items. It's sad than the brands that you choose to cop. Go cop a KJV and save your soul hot. You might not know about hell, but hell is show hot.
Repent or die, turn or burn. That's right. Stacking up riches that you ain't even earned. They all ill-gotten, you the children left forgotten, and you in a dead sleep. The Shire was sent, but for the lost sheep. The Shire was sent, but for the lost sheep. High time you wake up and remember these laws. Before Babylon falls and the whore take you with her. You've been pacified by lies and gifts, destroyed your mind. You've been rocked to sleep by an evil babysitter. Time to humble thyself and admit you a sinner. Don't like my warning, you can cry me a river. My sword cut deep, going straight to the marrow. Let my people go, I ain't never scared of Pharaoh. The kingdom is at hand and it's time to make a choice. Calling Jacob home, I hope you hear his voice. This world filled with wickedness, sinners all around. Even though we have grace, let sin not abound. Don't let the flesh lead, cause it's gon' take you down. Look the laws of a higher and always stay humble. Pride by your eyes and cause you to stumble. Repent of your evil ways, fast and pray. Read this book of life that's gon' show you right. Don't be deceived, listening to scientists or philosophy of these foolish men. The knowledge of this world ain't good for anything. Wisdom worketh all things, asking you will receive. Just please the Father, a higher our King. Allow these commandments to be the lamp to your feet, guiding you to the kingdom, away from eternal flames. Sin equal death, it ain't nothing great. But if you follow the world, they ain't gon' tell you the same. Narrow is the path of the righteous lane. Narrow is the path of the righteous lane. Sling.
All praises to the Most High. Shalom, everybody. Is anybody gonna call in? I have not one person queued up right now. That's crazy. Let's watch a video. Video.
It's used as an alternative therapy for many cancers, such as pancreatic, ovarian, prostate, and brain cancer. It can also be useful in combating AIDS and herpes. It effectively suppresses the proliferation of HIV, herpes viruses, and leukemia cells. When applied to a line of cultured cancer cells, the extract significantly and quickly suppress cell growth. It causes cancer cells to die. It also causes a significant decrease in the overall tumor size. Research also suggested that since Pau Pereira has tumor-suppressing activity without toxicity, it can be used to prevent cancer, not just only as a treatment for it. The alkaloids from Pau Pereira have a toxic effect against certain cancer cells, however, with no such effect on normal ones. Brain cancer is very difficult to treat. Pau Pereira crosses the blood-brain barrier easily and attaches itself to potential brain cancer cells. In addition to soursop, Pau Pereira is a very powerful herb that is indigenous to the Amazon rainforest. It's used as an alternative therapy for many cancers, such as pancreatic, ovarian, prostate, and brain cancer. It can also be useful in combating AIDS and herpes. It effectively suppresses the proliferation of HIV, herpes viruses, and leukemia cells. When applied to a line of cultured cancer cells, the extract significantly and quickly suppressed cell growth. It caused cancer cells to die. It also caused a significant decrease in the overall tumor.
Y'all hear that, fam? So the name of that was called Paul Pereira. Right? Paul Pereira. Let me spell it for you. In the chat. Spell it for you in the chat. Paul Pereira. So, serious cancer killer, right? Along with the what you call them, soursop. Along with the soursop. Soursop ain't no joke. You feel something soon as you swallow soursop. Shout out to all of us who is up on the soursop, right?
Not healthy people. Heart medicine, dandelions, and Roundup. It sounds crazy, right? But you know what? They all fit together like a puzzle. You know why? Those little yellow dandelions that grow in your yard that they tell you to hate, they're terrible. They're actually the greatest thing on the earth for your heart. The enzymes and the electrolytes can literally cleanse and strengthen your heart valves and muscles more than anything else. And it's natural and free. The crazy thing is, the same company that owns the heart medicine, that is the highest sold heart medicine in the entire world, that makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year, is the same exact company that owns Roundup. Yeah. They can only make money off of sick people, not healthy people.
They can only make money off of sick people, not healthy people. This, fam, is not about money. This is not about money. Nothing is about money. Okay? Don't let them lie to you out there that it's about money. Okay? The people who are doing the things that they are doing to us, they print the money. They have all the power. They have enough power to even say what money is. If they don't want it to be green no more, it'll be purple like in other places. Purple and orange backs. Right? They can make peanuts the currency. And the whole world will be scrambling for peanuts. Right? This is not about money. This is about souls. It's the highest currency. Souls. If they can kill you while you're in your sins, Guess who gets you? Their master. This is about souls in control. Right? And keeping us away from the Most High. That's why you work so hard, hardly get any sleep. That's why you stressed out, just to keep your mind off the Father. Everything that they're doing to put a blockage between you and the Most High. Right? Oh, and if they can make you hate, they got you. Right? Nah, this is not about money. But dandelion is so good for you. It's the top green. It's the nastiest one. But the nastier it is, 9 times out of 10, the healthier it is for you. So we don't consume things like that for taste. We get that in us, right? So that we can live another day. And then we go for the stuff that tastes a little better once we just get this in you, right? Just get this in your soul, right? Let's watch some more.
Heart medicine, dandelions, and Roundup.
There's a connection between dandelions, heart medicine, and Roundup. Remember those 3. Dandelion, heart medication, and Roundup. Wait till you hear the connection between these 3, right?
That sounds crazy, right? But you know what? They all fit together like a puzzle. You know why? Those little yellow dandelions that grow in your yard that they tell you to hate, they're terrible. They're actually the greatest thing on the earth for your heart. The enzymes and
the greatest thing on the earth for your heart. Growing all over the place. That's what pops out of your sidewalk. When them bushes start coming through the sidewalk, dandelion is everywhere, right?
the electrolytes can literally cleanse and strengthen your heart valves and muscles more than anything else, and it's natural.
Strengthen your heart valve and muscles better than anything else. Come on.
And free.
And
the
it's
crazy
free.
Thing is,
it's free.
The same company that owns the heart medicine.
The same company that owns the heart medicine, tell me more.
That is the highest sold heart medicine in the entire world.
It's the highest sold heart medicine in the world. Okay, tell me more about these people.
It makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
It makes hundreds of millions of dollars per year.
It's the same exact company that owns Roundup.
Whoa! It's the same company that owns the pesticide Roundup and the herbicide, right? That kills your dandelion. Oh, those dandelions are horrible. You don't want those growing. Those are weeds, right? Those weeds are ugly. Grow anything but those, right? Here, take this Roundup, right? Spray those, right? That Roundup, that's part of what's wrong. That's why they can't call a lot of your produce organic, because it has that stuff on it. And that stuff kills you. It kills a bug immediately. It takes a little longer for you, but it's going to kill you too. Right. Yes, yes. Roundup. It's on so much of this stuff, and especially the greens, keeps the bugs off. And it ruins the dirt. Once you use so much of this stuff, your dirt is no more good. This stuff destroys everything it touches.
Yeah. They can only make money off of sick people, not healthy people. Heart medicine, dandelions, and Roundup. It sounds crazy, right? But you know what? They all fit together like a puzzle. You know why? Those little yellow dandelions that grow in your yard that they tell you to hate, they're terrible. They're actually the greatest thing on the earth for your heart. The enzymes and the electrolytes can literally cleanse and strengthen your heart valves and muscles more than anything else. And it's natural and free. The crazy thing is, the same company that owns the heart medicine, that is the highest sold heart medicine in the entire world, that makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year, is the same exact company that owns Roundup. Yeah. They can only make money off of sick people, not healthy people. Heart medicine, dandelions, and Roundup.
Right.
A disaster for your health. Here are 3 ways to test if your honey is real. First up, the water test. Pour a tablespoon of honey into a cup of water. If it sinks to the bottom, it's real honey. If it starts to dissolve, then it's likely fake. Next, the flame test. Bundle up a paper towel and dip it into the honey. If it starts to bubble and maybe even catch a flame, then it's real. And if not, just throw it out already. The blot test. Put a tablespoon of honey on a paper towel and fold it over. When you unfold it, take a look. Did it leave wet marks? If not, then you got real honey. Fake honey? Take the test. In the biggest case of food fraud,
Is your honey real?
found that massive amounts of honey in the American supermarkets contain high fructose corn syrup, a disaster for your health. Here are 3 ways to test if your honey is real. First up, the water test. Pour a tablespoon of honey into a cup of water. If it sinks to the bottom, it's real honey. If it starts to dissolve, then it's likely fake. Next, the flame test. Bundle up a paper towel and dip it into the honey. If it starts to bubble and maybe even catch a flame, then it's real. And if not, just throw it out already. The blot test. Put a tablespoon of honey on a paper towel and fold it over. When you unfold it, take a look. Did it leave wet marks? If not, then you got real honey. Fake honey? Take the test. In the biggest case of...
Right. For us out there that want to test our honey. Alright, because they selling some stuff out there these days. It's fake. Has the high fructose corn syrup in it. Others have the granulated sugar. Check this out.
It's a tenderloin steak. Guys, look. So I look at this and it says certified Angus beef brand. What is a CHO's tenderloin steak? Well, it's a tenderloin steak, but dude, is that? I mean, it looks like freaking glued meat. It was a steak, but look, it's just solid. I'm not playing around, guys. This is nothing. I've never seen nothing like this. And I'm a butcher. I have butchered meat all my life.
And so he's about to go. He's going to our local.
Guys, look. So I look at
Glue. Glued meat. Glued meat, y'all. They're selling this right now. Right now they're selling this. Been selling it. So no coincidence that cancer is on the rise the way it is. It's in this food. It's in this food. Right? You're eating the cancer. We're eating it, fam. Right? Let's tap in real quick.
What is disease? Disease is when you have ingested a substance that was uncomplimentary with your genetic construction. Mucus is the cause of all disease. Disease is the accumulation of mucus, breaking down the mucous membrane, and that mucus covering groups of cells in your body. But now we eat acid foods, and the acid food breaks down the mucous membrane and does cause it to flow with the blood, covering other groups of cells now. Groups of cells that belongs to organs, depriving them of oxygen. If the mucus goes to your nostrils, they call it sinusitis. If the mucus goes to your bronchial tubes, it's bronchitis. If the mucus goes to the lungs, it's pneumonia. So we have three different diseases caused by what? Mucus. So we have this mucus situation now that is caused by an inadequate diet. Mucus is the underlying cause for all disease. What is disease? Disease is when you have ingested a substance that was uncomplimentary with your genetic construction.
He's saying mucus. I know mucus ain't good for you. Might want that out your body. Right? We don't know. Sounds good. He's saying all disease is coming from mucus. I don't know. But if I had cancer and I heard this, I bet you I'd be trying to get rid of all of the mucus out of my body. Right? That's how you prove it. You do it. Right? You ever want to know if something is true or false? Do it. Test it. If they're saying it's something good, right? Don't test something that can uh, possibly harm you. I'm not saying that. Jump into something stupid. That's not what I'm saying. But something like this, and that's what I tell people about the Most High. You want to know if God is real? Do what He say. Right? It's a scripture that says He will reveal Himself to you. And He haven't revealed Himself to a lot of people. But once He has revealed Himself to you, you know who else He has revealed Himself to. Right? So, what I look like being under some church, He ain't revealed Himself to y'all. I hear in your speech. You don't know the Most High, right? You don't know the Most High. It's clear. But Dr. Sebi is saying that acid, right? High acidosis food is what's causing the mucus. And he's saying alkaline food rids you of it. I trust that. What say you? You trust that? I trust him over them.
Food was Kellogg's cornflakes. They
Watch
1940s
this.
lost weight.
Trip
The
off of
first
this.
ultra-processed food was Kellogg's cornflakes. They partnered with the United Fruit Company. They paid doctors to tell people bananas were a rich source of potassium, which they're not, and to say
See how they lie?
1940s lost weight. The first ultra-processed food was Kellogg's cornflakes. They partnered with the United Fruit Company. They paid doctors to tell people bananas were a rich source of potassium, which they're not, and
They paid doctors to tell you that bananas was a rich source of potassium, which it is not. You see the kind of stuff they're able to do with these wizards, right? They have a product and they want to sell it, and that gets all of this false information going out through these commercials and things, right? You find that out once you get on a quest for potassium. You find out that that's the first lie you find out about potassium, is that a banana is not in the forerunners of potassium. You want potassium, number one, watermelon. That's the highest potassium. Second, avocados. That's number two, right? Or, matter of fact, I think the avocados is number one because it got about 800 something milligrams of potassium in one avocado. I think watermelon, is down in the 500-600. Unless you're gonna eat the whole watermelon, then that makes a difference. But yeah, avocados number one. Watermelons number two. All those other melons, that stuff is so high in potassium. Matter of fact, I think the cucumber is even higher than the watermelon, right? It ain't no banana. Banana is way down there, right? But we're gonna find out right now how that lie started. Listen.
1940s lost weight.
The first ultra-processed food was Kellogg's Corn Flakes. They partnered with the United Fruit Company.
The first high ultra processed food was corn flakes. And they partnered with doctors or the food people with the bananas, and they had doctors say that it was the highest, form of potassium. Straight lied to the people. They were just trying to sell what? The bananas? No. They was trying to sell corn flakes, y'all. Ultra processed.
Company. They paid doctors to tell people bananas were a rich source of potassium, which they're not, and to say that the perfect meal to start your day was a bowl of cornflakes with a slice of banana. That's how the famous combo came about, and they went so far as to put a coupon for a bunch of bananas in every box of Kellogg's cornflakes.
No human being had a bowl of dry breakfast cereal prior to 1906. Cereal was invented by the Kellogg's brothers, and it was actually these companies that convinced people the healthiest way to start your morning was a bowl of cereal with milk.
Also, oats are basically pure sugar. Oatmeal is good for one thing, and that's for fattening horses for the winter. Remember, breakfast is break fast. Lots of human and animal studies have shown the longer you delay eating breakfast, the more ketones and weight loss you will achieve. If you're eventually going to have break fast, look for fat-based sources like an avocado or omega.
See? Avocado.
1940s lost weight. The first ultra-processed food was Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Avocado.
They partnered with the United Fruit Company.
That's where you're going to
1940s
get
lost
your potassium. It's from an avocado. Mangoes are up there too. Not no bananas. And them bananas that they have, we know those ain't no good. You want the smaller ones with the seeds. Right? While he's talking about fasting, right, he said best way to lose weight is to stall eating in the morning. Stall. Longer you can go, the more calories and fat and stuff you're going to burn off of your body, especially if you wake up and you go do some type of an exercise, you know.
The intake mode. That's when we're putting in the fresh.
Check this out.
If you want to live a longer life or at least have more time to live, fasting is important because every time we go to sleep, every time we close our eyes, every time we shut the digestive system down, the body automatically goes into repair. So the more waste, the more toxins that are in the body, then the body needs more time to sleep. Keep your body clean, but you won't have to go 8 hours into the body shop at night and fast to get the repair work done. Fasting 8 hours, that's your sleeping mode. Breaking the fast 8 hours, that's the elimination mode. After that, we have another 8 hours to go for the day. So that's the intake mode. That's when we're putting in the fresh, raw building material to give the body something to work with when it goes back into that sleep mode at night. Sleeping is fasting, it's healing, it's repairing, and it's rebuilding the body. We can build a brand new body if we follow this system in its natural form and allow the body to just take over, eliminate, build new cells. If you want to live a longer life or at least have more time to live, fasting is important.
Your body will do its thing, y'all. If you feed it. If you feed it. If you feed it the proper fuel. Huh? Yes, yes, yes. What is this?
Well, you might recognize a group of black separatists that occasionally gathers in Raleigh's Moore Square. That group has ties to a nationally known hate group, and this weekend they will hold their annual Passover celebration at the Raleigh Convention Center. WRL's Joe Fisher is live in downtown Raleigh, and Joe, the gathering is raising some concerns.
Deborah, this group is widely viewed as anti-Semitic and anti-white. The city tells me they expect about 500 members here at the convention center this weekend. Today we found out that the contract for this event was finalized more than 4 months ago, back in November, but the city along with the mayor say they just found out exactly who rented this space earlier this week.
You passed in your protection, supposed to be.
On the streets of downtown Raleigh, you'll find members of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, or the ISUPK.
You cannot be free without your oppressor being destroyed. Let me tell y'all something, brothers and sisters.
The group's leader is Commanding General Yahana, seen in this YouTube video touring the Raleigh Convention Center. It's where the ISUPK will hold its annual Passover celebration on Saturday.
Convention Center, taking it to the next level, worldwide.
The group is part of the Radical Hebrew Israelites, which the Southern Poverty Law Center identifies as a hate group for its anti-Semitic, anti-white, and anti-LGBT views, and chapters that, quote, perpetuate the anti-Semitic belief that so-called Jews have stolen their identity and birthright.
They call us a hate group because we turn around and say the white man is the devil for the things that he's done. The word devil just means adversary.
It really is deeply upsetting.
Rabbi Eric Solomon with Beth
Deeply
Meyer
upsetting.
Synagogue in Raleigh is disturbed about the city-owned convention center renting space to the ISUPK.
I mean, if this was, God forbid, the KKK or other hate groups that are more widely known, I can't imagine this would be allowed to happen.
The city says the space was rented by a third party, writing it as...
Y'all see this? They are tripping off of these brothers, getting ready to hold their Passover at their convention center. And this made the news, guys. 3 minutes and 43 seconds, almost 4 minutes of the news was dedicated to this, y'all. Y'all see this? A hate group, they called it. Which they are. You can't insult races like that. Can't do that. Right? And if you should, don't be trying to use their convention center, man. Right? That's automatic. If I know you trying to kill me and I can't trust you, then I'm trying to come off from under everything that is you. I can't talk this junk and then try to slide up under you. Right? That's an oxymoron. You're proving that you do trust them. You're proving that you do like them. Right? You laying your neck on their chopping block and they got a hatchet in their hand. What kind of sense does that make? You see what I'm saying? And that's why we gotta come off from under them in every way, because we talking this stuff 1 minute and then you need them. You don't think they see that? How long you think that's gonna last? We need them for anything. How long you think it's gonna be before we end up going without? You know, or suffering some kind of way. And that's what the Most High has made plain with me. Oh, you know, it's so clear. They should not be feeding you. They're poisoners. How are you gonna let a poisoner fix you a meal and you're not in the same room while they fixing it? Oh, they just bring you a smoking meal from out the back, right? And you gonna lean your neck over that bowl and slurp? Are you crazy? How long, right? No wonder we dying. Father made that clear. He said, love your enemy. He didn't say trust them. He said, trust not thine enemy. He said, love them. He did not say trust them. And that's anybody. That's not prejudice. Right? That ain't no type of bigot or nothing. You name me one nation who's allowing another nation, right, to cook them a meal from behind the wall. And they don't even gotta be enemies, but you know, we've been enemies, man. Jacob and Esau. Yikes. I wouldn't trust any of the other ones either. What's the next runner-up? Ishmael. Ishmael. He's the next runner-up. Right? It's some deep-seated ancient animosity there. You better believe it. Let's listen to some more of this.
Statement, we were not aware of any relationship between TGF Solutions Incorporated and the referenced group, and the event was handled in the same manner as all other bookings. Our expectation is that the group will adhere to all contract terms.
It appears there's some loophole here that needs to be looked at more closely.
Rabbi Solomon says he respects people's First Amendment rights, but feels the city should not make space for hate.
This is not what we need in our city.
And a spokesperson for the city today did say that rentals through a third party here at the convention center is quite common. I did ask the city attorney what kind of discretion the city has in denying events here at this city-owned building. We're still working to get a response. Deborah?
Joe, now that they know who is coming to this event, are they planning more security?
Deborah, good question. I did reach out to the Raleigh Police Department today. We do know this is going to be a very big weekend for the police department. The Dreamville Festival in Dix Park. Now this controversy here at the convention center with the potential for protests outside the convention center. So far, the police department has not yet responded to whether or not they will have increased patrols and whether they are aware of the event, which they sure are now.
They certainly are. Joe Fisher, live in Raleigh. Thanks.
See that? Wouldn't be a problem with us because we push love. We preach the love. Right? They wouldn't even be saying nothing if that was us getting ready to do that. Right? Even though I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to use their building.
So now Christ came concerning
Check this out
the
here.
fathers of.
Oh, he butchers he butchers this scripture. Something crazy. Watch this, fam. Yikes.
Us, or the fathers of the Israelites. He didn't come concerning the fathers of the flesh of other nations, only the fathers of the flesh of Israelites. It says, not as though the word of God have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Meaning, you can't just say you're an Israelite. Like, you can't say you're a spiritual Israelite. You can't lay claim to being an Israelite. There's a specific criteria which he's going to lay down.
Verse 7, he says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. Now he's about to narrow it down. Now, the fact that he's saying neither because they the seed of Abraham, they're all children, this just eliminated so many different nations. So now Christ came concerning.
That is nothing. That is not what that says. Whoa. Let's hear it again. Did y'all hear how he butchered that? This Bible is dangerous in the wrong hands, fam. Oh, man, and you have a congregation that believes? Listen to this, fam.
The fathers of us, or the fathers of the Israelites. He didn't come concerning the fathers of the flesh of other nations, only the fathers of the flesh of Israelites. It says, not as though the word of God have taken none effect, but they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Meaning, you can't just say you're an Israelite. Like, you can't say you're a spiritual Israelite.
That passage has nothing to do with spiritual Israelites. That's talking about we are Israelites in the spirit. The spirit makes you an Israelite. Nothing else. Not the way you look. Right? It also means that people are going to be of you, but that don't mean that they are with you. Right? There's going to be Israelites among us, but they're not going to be Israelites. They're going to they're going to be sons of Jacob, but they're going to choose something else and go against us and take us down, right? That's what it means you are not all Israel that are of Israel. But what is he talking about? What did he say that means? Watch this, fam. That's crazy.
So now, Christ came concerning the fathers of us, or the fathers of the Israelites. He didn't.
Yes, he did. And he left us the instruction of Matthew 28 and 19. Go and baptize the earth in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Right? Yes, Matthew 24 and 14, he came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And then he left Israel work to do. And go get them Gentiles, right? And go dunk them in that water. Right? If you call the one we did call the kingdom mind. The kingdom mind, fam. And while I got that blue shirt on, right, in my blue headdress, that's the one I showed you guys last conference that I was editing. That's the kingdom mind. I'm almost done with that one. That's going to be the next one out the chamber. And it goes into that, actually, right? Yeah. So, you better believe it's okay with the city that they're doing their thing at the convention center and the city ain't getting back to them. You heard them say that? Well, we're not getting a response back. Yeah, and they know what's up too, right? The people on the news, they know what's up. But you know what they are doing? They want to stir up that racial drama, y'all. They want to stir that up. They want to see that war. They absolutely want to see it. And they absolutely want to see some trouble come upon these guys. Right? Why you put that on the news before they have the event? Do you guys realize how dangerous that was for them to do that? They just alerted
every radical KKK member everywhere that they're going to have a whole bunch of Negroes, right? If they ever wanted to run into an Israelite, running into these videos on YouTube and hearing how General Yohana talk and all of that, they just alerted did you guys catch that? They just alerted these guys, you know, for the whole month of April. I think that's when they do their Passover. For the whole month of April, go on ahead and stake out, right? And figure out when they're going to have that gathering. And whatever y'all want to do, pull up and do it, right? Y'all see that? Now that's sloppy. They should not have done that. General Yohana them could have sued. Right? And then they'd really be mad. 1 second, y'all. Guess I'm going to have to lock this door real quick. Yeah, that was dangerous right there. But this is the kind of world we living in, y'all. And guess what else they're doing? Feeding you, okay? Putting all the food in your stores that you're eating. Passing all of your laws. They are the FDA. It's them. Con. So does anybody want to call in? No? Let's see here. Call back, cruising. Chop it up with us for a moment. All praises. Let me see. Shalom. Say again.
Shalom. How are you doing, Brother Brown?
All right. Shalom, my brother. Who's that?
This is Cruising.
Hey, Shalom, my brother.
Yes, sir. And I have my wife right here too. Your pa, Judah, she's right here with me.
Good to hear from y'all. Good to hear
Yes,
from
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
What's been going on?
I had a quick
Go ahead.
testimony. I went this morning to have my truck maintenance, and as I went in there and sat down, an older gentleman came in about his 60s, late 60s, and I told the gentleman, "Good morning, how you doing? How's everything going for you today?" And then he just sat down and he looked at me and he said, "It's a blessing to be here." And I told him, "Yes, it is a blessing to be here." And he just started talking to me about the beauty that the Most High through Christ have made, and how everything looks so beautiful, how the animals move the way they move without man having to help them do anything, because they have their own jobs that they do and everything they do. And as I told him, "Yes, sir, it's a blessing to be here." And before you know it, we were speaking for almost 2 hours as he gave me his testimony of he did not believe the Bible, and he did not believe anything in the Bible, none of the stories or anything, or none of the chapters or anything.
Mm-hmm.
He kept praying. He kept praying to ask the Most High to show him the truth about it and why everything in there was true. And I told him, "Look, that's the Creator, and because of everything that he did and to bring his son to die for our sins, everything is, what it is, and you gotta really, really pray and ask for understanding, for knowledge and wisdom." And he said he tried for years and years and years, and it still wouldn't hit him because he didn't believe it until he hit his late 40s. And that's when something hit him, and he woke up one day and he saw the beauty, like the veil was removed from his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just telling me how he just saw everything differently. And he was so amazed to see a whole different world that he never knew that was there. And then I told him about my testimony, how I came to know the Most High through Christ. And he was just so excited, so happy. For him, it was like, I have another brother here that understands where I'm coming from. And then, he was just talking about just how the Most High allows you to do certain things, but when you start sinning and you know you're doing it because you want to do it, that just wait, the vengeance is coming now. You're doing this out of free will that you want to do it when you do something that's wrong, you know it's wrong, but you want to do it anyway. And like I told him, you can't serve two masters. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. It could only be one, and it's a choice. You want to choose this one? Hey, go right ahead. It's your choice. And he just kept talking over and over and over. He was tearing up. He just couldn't believe that someone else would know, stuff about the Most High Christ like the way he did. And it was just a beautiful scene. He didn't look at me as a person, oh, that's a black man. I don't want to talk to him. He looked at me as someone that knew exactly what he was going through and he was experiencing, just with the veil removed. And it was just something that was just so exciting for him. And it was a blessing for me to be able to talk to him. And I could feel Robert walk just in the mist, and I could feel it. And it was just so beautiful. And when it was time to go, he stood up. He said, "I don't want a handshake, I want a hug." So I hugged him, and oh man, it was just beautiful just to know that it's a blessing to follow and do right and do everything that you need to do to be led by the Most High through Christ. It really is beautiful, and just to see other people that didn't know or wanted to know or don't understand, or it's just, man, I can't get the words out because it's a blessing, just to be here no matter what, and just to be able to help him and him, help me. It made the biggest difference, and it made his day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last thing, when he brought out charity, I said, "Yep, that's the Most High's greatest gift." And he was smiling so hard that he just walked out just like he wanted to do a dance.
Yeah. Yep,
That was beautiful. That happened to me.
That was that spirit, right, of love
Yes.
and joy, and it when it hits you, it makes everything brand new, right?
Yes.
When you're a new creature, you see everything new.
Yes.
You know, nothing is the same anymore, and I know how that feels. I know how that feels.
Yes, sir, me too.
Yeah, I became a tree hugger.
Yeah.
I had to get out of that hospital, them cold walls, you know, and that hard, shiny floor. Oh man, I had to get out of that circumference. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it was closing in on you.
I was sneaking out of side doors, right?
Yes.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
So the blessing was, man, it was just so awesome just to see it, just to experience it, and just to continuously go forward with it, and just do everything that you need to do to not let Satan come on in and his minions try to do certain things. So it's one day at a time, but it's all day long because it's so easy to come on in.
Yeah. Yeah, that was blessed, man. That was a blessed encounter that you had, brother.
Yes, sir.
Right. And,
yes, sir. I just wanted to come out and speak on it. My wife had a scripture she wanted to read right quick.
Come on.
Shalom.
Shalom, my sister.
Okay. Okay. So from Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 and 7. And I wanted to share this because I have been going through something medically. And so the Most High brought this to my attention. And so I just wanted to share it with others. Again, Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 and verse 7. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And the peace of the Most High, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Yeshua Christ. And I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. Yep, I did a whole song on that one. You heard it? Easy and Treated?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Yeah, that was
yes, indeed.
Yeah, that was for everybody who's stressed, you know. Never any reason to stress, man. Never any reason to even be in no hurry. The Father gave you just enough time for everything that you think.
Uh-huh.
You know, for everything that you think to play out smoothly. There's never any reason to panic. That's not the Most High spirit. His spirit is never to panic. Right? If
yes, Con.
Go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you. I said Con.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, you know, and that's for everybody out there. If you're listening, relax. Relax. That was a message that I came back with too. That was one of the first messages.
you know, that he wanted me to relay to everybody is relax, man. You ain't making nothing no better by stressing. You ain't making you ain't making anything any better by being hysterical. You lose your mind. You can't think like that. So relax and take your time and do what you know you got to do. You know, shout out to my sister. I'm not going to say her name, but I've been thinking a lot about her and what she has been going through, you know, being new in this walk and things. She's worried about, I need to do more. And it's like you just getting started. You don't even know what to do yet. You know, relax. He'll give you your assignment, you know. And that's for everybody that's out there. Not just my sister. That's for all of y'all. I hear that a lot from a lot of my brethren. I'm not doing enough. How can I do more? Right? I have to do more. And it's like, man, you know, it's simple. You know, them videos ain't rolling in for these Sundays. Where those at? You know what I'm saying? We have the assignment. We have the assignment. You know, talk to a stranger for Christ. That's the best thing that anybody can do. Talk to a stranger, you know, with Christ being the main subject matter. And you will feel fulfilled. This ain't complicated. Everybody thinks this is so complicated. It's not. Watch out for them people talking like everything is so deep. They want to take your mind into this super deep knowledge. That's, you know, enchantments and strange spirits and all of that. That ain't the Most High is very simple. The simple stuff is his. Because he was first. Right? There's nothing complicated about the Most High. He's very. Matter of fact, he said he's going to use this simple stuff and screw up the heads of these wise people. Yeah, you think you all wise, and then he uses the stupidest thing to get under your skin, right? And have you realize you really don't know nothing. Right? He uses foolish things to confound the wise, and weak things, right? For the mighty, right? So you big and you bad and you mighty, but guess what? It's gonna be a feather that's gonna knock you off your feet. You know, so yeah. And I'm just so happy that our Father, y'all, is the simple one. I'm glad he's simple. Because Satan, you can't put your thumb on. He has no law. The Most High has one law. This is what I like, right? Malachi 3 and 6. I am the Most High. I change not. Why don't he change? So that you sons of Jacob are not consumed. We will be consumed if he raise us up on these principles, and then when we do them, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot to tell y'all I switched that. That ain't my law no more. Right? And the devil done swallowed you up. No. That law is going to be the same yesterday, today, and forever. An anchor. It's easy to get right back to. Right? Yeah, that's Satan's laws that's changing. Right? Matter of fact, I did have something else Forgot all about it. Let me get back to it. Y'all kick that dog out of here. I just saw something too for all of my drivers out there. If you're driving on the road, car, truck, whatever vehicle you're driving, they just passed another law. You know, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for that video. Must have been on this first page. I'm gonna find it. I just seen it a minute ago.
Yes, sir. We'll go ahead and get off, Brother Bronze. We just want to come out and speak the testimony and read the word. Maybe someone else wants to come on in.
All right, all praises to the Most High. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. All praises.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Right. Shalom. I'm gonna find this.
You are the last party in the conference.
Hang that up. All right, that's cool. We're gonna hang that up. Real quick, 1 second. Okay, it must be on this other page over here. Dang, where'd it just go? What else was that? I just seen. Let's grab that real quick. Yeah, but they cracking down on anybody driving. Anybody driving on the phone. And it's a cold law. Like if you get caught, like you're gonna regret it. But it's like that wasn't the law yesterday, you know? So you're gonna get blindsided by that. You're gonna be on your phone and you're gonna have it on speaker and you're gonna be talking into it while you drive and the cop gonna see you, he gonna pull you over. I heard it's a cold ticket and you know they treating it like the end of the world. Your fine is gonna be high, you know, they're gonna be in your business for the next who knows how many years. you know, trying to get fines and money out of you and having you be places, and you know what I mean? Yeah, they treating it like a real cold thing. Right? But you may not know about that at all. But that's how their laws change. Yeah, well, the Most High's law will never do that. His law is, right? And it will always be as long as we're on this particular heaven and earth, right?
There's absolutely nothing that you can do to get well. I don't care how elaborate that it is, the practice is. I don't care how much money it costs. If you don't clean the colon, you cannot get well. Did you know obesity is storing your own waste? When that waste gets loose into the bloodstream circulates the body 9 times a minute. And it drops that waste in every cell in the body. This is the reason for eyeglasses. This is the reason for headaches. This is the reason for hearing loss. This is the reason for your hair falling out. Is because the colon waste is in the bloodstream.
You hear that? The colon waste is in the bloodstream. This is what he is encouraging, fam, and that I am encouraging. Everybody do a cleanse. Just on the strength. If you're into doing them, all praises. If you ain't did one in the last 3 months, do it again. But definitely, if you ain't doing no cleanses, a colon cleanse, right? Gut cleanses, right? Do a cleanse, y'all. Do a cleanse. Dr. Bobby Price got the best one right now. And it comes pretty quick, too. He sent it pretty quick. I got everything. I did it about a year ago or more. He sent it. It came fast in the mail. And it's strong, y'all. Very strong. I drunk about a half jar of it. And my potassium was so high. I went to the hospital. You know, I wasn't ready then. Matter of fact, how long? You know, since the summer of 2023, it was about a year and a half ago. It was about a year and a half ago. Because I wasn't strong enough then to handle all of the potassium that was in it. I probably could handle it now, so, and I still got some, so I'm gonna whip up some of that pretty soon and get back on that tea cleanse, you know, parasite cleanse, colon cleanse, all that. Take something to clean yourself out, fam. You know, I pray you really do that, y'all. Because we got some stuff in us that's been in us forever. And we need to get that stuff up out of us. You know, let's listen to some more of him.
If you awaken to that and start to clean the waste out of the colon, not the bloodstream, out of the colon, clean the waste out of the colon, it will stop leaking into the bloodstream, and then you can get on with some serious business of cleaning up the bloodstream. But the first thing you must do is cleanse the colon. Let me tell you something. It may be 20 years from now and you're on your deathbed when that comes to you. Now is the time to start to cleanse the colon. The reason.
Now is the time to cleanse the colon, y'all.
If you don't clean the colon, there's absolutely nothing that you can do to get well. I don't care how elaborate that it is, the practice is. I don't care how much money it costs if you don't clean the colon.
That's how you're going to know if anything else is working. Right? You got to clean the colon, fam. Right? Cleanse the colon. And then work on the other more shallow stuff. But according to what he just said right here, that colon ain't cleansed. You wasting your time with the other stuff you trying. Right?
Colon, you cannot get well. Did you know obesity is storing your own waste? When that waste gets loose into the bloodstream circulates the body 9 times a minute.
Right.
And it drops that waste in every cell in the body. This is the reason for eyeglasses. This is the reason for headaches. This is the reason for hearing loss. This is the reason for your hair falling out. Is because the colon waste is in the bloodstream. If you awaken to that and start to clean the waste out of the colon, not the bloodstream, out of the colon, clean the waste out of the colon, it will stop leaking into the bloodstream, and then you can get on with some serious business of cleaning up the bloodstream. But the first thing you must do is cleanse the colon. Let me tell you something. It may be 20 years from now and you're on your deathbed when that comes to you. Now is the time to start to cleanse the colon. The reason.
Right, now is the time. Wait a minute. What did he say?
If you don't clean the colon, there's absolutely nothing that you can do
fast forward
to get well.
this.
I don't care.
What are those things he said? Hair loss?
How elaborate it is.
Let's get back down to that one more time, fam.
The practice is, I don't care how much money it costs. If you don't clean the colon, you cannot get well. Did you know obesity is storing your own waste? When that waste gets loose into the bloodstream circulates the body 9 times a minute. And it drops that waste in every cell in the body. This is the reason for eyeglasses. This is
eyeglasses. Right? So it's messing with your eyesight. So he's saying you ain't gonna need glasses after this. Right?
Reason for headaches.
Headaches. You got a headache all the time, the migraines. Come on.
This is the reason for hearing loss.
Hearing loss. Wow. Who would have thought? Hearing loss. Tell me more.
This is the reason for your hair falling out.
Hair falling out. Right? Your hair won't grow.
Is because the colon waste is in the bloodstream.
The colon waste is in the bloodstream. I could think of some other things that's going to do to you too with the colon waste being in your bloodstream. Right? So that's the next thing I'm on. Colon cleanse. Parasite cleanse. All of that, right? So, good conference tonight, fam. Wonderful conference tonight. I'm satisfied. Talked about a few things. Watched quite a few videos. Right, heard from Brother Cruising and his lovely wife and their experience that they just had, their testimony from the guy that he met and chopped it up with a beautiful spirit. They're out there. That love is It's putting rose-colored glasses on quite a few people out there. You know, you're going to run into them. These are the people of the love, y'all. These are the people who are going to be in that realm that I saw. You know, there was no mystery about that when I realized that all of these was people like, man, these are probably some beautiful people back in the earth. This is I met my spirit family, you know, and I can imagine a lot of you are they, right? So that's who I'm back here for. That's who I'm back here to speak to and find and enlighten, you know, and be enlightened. It's a two-way street, definitely, because I was enlightened by the brother's story. You know, it makes everything brand new. You step outside and you say, "Man, look at those birds," and it's like you never seen a bird in your life. Look at this sky, right? The sky is a blue that you never seen, right? And the birds is tweaking, and that sun is toasting you lightly, and it's a cool breeze in the air, and it's like, man, let me just do a cartwheel real quick, you know, the peace of the Most High, you know, and He grants that to you when He's happy with you. So if you feel that, just know that that's His smile coming down out of the heavens upon your soul, right? Know what that is. When you feel that, when you feel that peace and you're just happy to exist, that's your creator sending you that tranquility, that love, and that joy, right? That's Him sending you that. At that very moment, He looked down at you and He smiled at you, right? Great time to put your hands in the air and praise the Father, right? And give Him all the praise, honor, and the glory, right? All praises to the Most High. I appreciate you, beautiful people who were here during the conference tonight. Shout out my brother JD. Peace and love, my brother. Right? Casho, or Cacho. How you pronounce that? Right? Shalom, brother or sister. Right? Sister Ataka. Yapa Judah. Right? Mark AZ was in the building. Sister Ashara. Much love wherever you're at. Caprice Anderson. Shout out. Right? Miss Angel was in the building. Bless y'all and praise the Most High for you all. Now I'm going to tighten up. I'm going to reach out to y'all. It's a couple of situations that we still got to handle. Don't worry. We going to handle them, right? So look for those calls tomorrow. Got a few things to talk about, few counsels. So y'all hang tight. It's 9 o'clock right now. I'm going to hit y'all tomorrow. I'm trying to spin that on the phone. But I will try to go live tomorrow and bring out some scriptures. You know, some things we need to go into as well. On that note, you know, but right about now, let's go out with our chapter. Let's go out with the golden chapter. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am nothing. Or I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. 4. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. 5. Does not behave itself unseemly. Seeketh not her own. Is not easily provoked. Thinketh no evil. 6. Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. 7. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. 8. Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part. 9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. 10. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. 12. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. 13. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these 3, but the greatest of these